On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Central European University and as Provost and Academic Prorector of the University, it is my privilege to convene this 20th commencement ceremony of Central European University. Please be seated. Today, as ever, we celebrate both an end and a beginning. In this academic year, more than 600 students are graduating with bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Each one of these degrees represents a story of commitment, perseverance, dedication, and achievement. I would like to extend a special welcome to our Open Society Prize co-recipients, Javier Solana and Kati Marton, who will be accepting the award granted posthumously to Richard Holbrooke. We are also honored by the presence of members of the Diplomatic Corps and many distinguished guests. I would also like to thank the faculty and staff of Central European University, whose hard work throughout the past academic year has made this day possible. Finally, we give a very warm welcome to the families and friends of today's graduating students, and we thank them for their contribution to their success. You deserve to be very proud. Excellencies, honored guests, graduates, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, our ceremony will begin with some words from President and Rector of Central European University, John Shattuck.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome today's graduates and families to CEU's 20th anniversary commencement. Our university has grown, as you know. We've grown up, and this is your day, and we are especially proud of you, even as the university continues to grow. We celebrate 608 graduates and from 74 countries. And so before we go any further, I would like to have you all join me in congratulating all of our graduates, and each of you can congratulate each other. I want you to also join me in thanking our founder, George Soros, for his vision and his generosity. I welcome to our stage Javier Solana, the former European Union High Representative for Kati Marton, the distinguished Hungarian-American author and human rights leader who will deliver our commencement address. I want to reflect for just a moment with you on the journey that all of you who are graduating today have taken at CEU. I know it's not been easy. There are long hours, lots of class time, struggles to find out what the assignment is, difficult and confusing papers, theses, dissertations, talks, on into the night. This journey of yours stretches back to the beginning of your CEU career, to be sure, but it also stretches thousands of years back as other students over the centuries have struggled and come to this moment that you're in now. But I have good news. The end is near. Aristotle once said, "The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet." So enjoy the fruit. I'm sure Aristotle would approve of the fruits of your CEU education, the things that you have learned to think for yourselves, to guard against attractive falsehoods, to resist easy conclusions, and to exercise your own judgment. You've learned to navigate a very complicated world of information and the contest going on around you about how to organize society. You've learned that there are many competing models, and some are sensible and others are dangerous. An open society model, which is based on an honest relationship with history, respect for human rights, dedication to the rule of law, and determination to resolve differences through debate. An authoritarian model, which challenges the principle that democracy and human rights are necessary for a society to flourish. A laissez-faire model that challenges the role of government in regulating the marketplace to avoid economic catastrophe. A sustainability model that challenges the assumption that economic growth endlessly is a good thing. Whatever subject you have studied, you have learned at CEU to think critically, and this is how you will navigate the world ahead of you. Aristotle again captured the essence of critical thinking when he said, and I quote, "It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it." CEU is an open society university, and our task is to educate future leaders like yourselves to understand the contest over open society, how society should be organized, and the difference you can make in whatever field you choose. Let me give you just one example of one of our graduates who is the kind of open society leader I'm talking about. Jagoda Grigulska graduated from CEU in 2009 with an MA in Nationalism Studies. Today, she's directing an interethnic project in Srebrenica, the town in Bosnia where the largest genocide in Europe since the Second World War was committed in 1995. The goal of Jagoda's project is to empower young Serbs and Bosniaks who have grown up in the shadow of genocide to overcome the ethnic and religious hatred. Our two Open Society Prize recipients today, Richard Holbrooke and Javier Solana, have a strong personal connection to Srebrenica, as do I. In July 1995, I was the first international official to reach the survivors of the genocide, the first to investigate the killing fields in Srebrenica, and the first to gather eyewitness evidence against Ratko Mladic, who was charged with carrying out the genocide and was finally arrested last month. When I met Jagoda last fall in Srebrenica, I told her that her project is at the heart of what CEU stands for, working to change the world around her from a closed society to a more open one. Jagoda's work takes a dark chapter in history and transforms it into a new chapter of hope and opportunity. Each one of you can do this in your own work and in the way you choose to live your lives, because that is what your CEU education is all about. So I congratulate all of you, and I look forward to seeing you coming up on stage. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Leon Botstein, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. Please welcome Professor Botstein.
On behalf of the members of the Board of Trustees, I want to congratulate all the graduates and their families. And in a couple of hours, you will become alumni of CEU and join nearly 7,000 alumni all over the world. You have every reason to be proud. The board extends to you our congratulations. You have graduated a unique university that is dedicated to making a genuine difference throughout the world. Most universities are national. This is not a national university. Most universities serve a very limited community. This university serves the entire world. It's 20 years old. It was born out of the collapse of the tyranny of the Soviet Union and communism. Most of you have no memory of that and are entering a world that is radically different. But the skills that you have learned here, the skills of inquiry, the skills of skepticism, the skills of analysis, of debate, of disagreement, since all of you come from all over the world, have lived side by side and worked side by side with people radically different from yourselves, You found a way to explode the simple way of describing one another by nationality, by gender, by age, by religion. You actually have learned the skills which are the foundation for any shred of optimism about a just world governed by a politics that is honest and transparent. We are very proud of you, and we expect of you, through your careers, to show the mark of this university in the way you conduct your public and private lives. May the idealism upon which this university was founded, and the idealism which will guide it in the next 20 years, may that idealism mark your lives for the rest of your lives. And with that hope, we congratulate you from all of us on the Board of Trustees. Congratulations to the class of 2011.
It is my pleasure to introduce our alumni speaker. Thomas Luk graduated from Tartu University in Estonia and began his career in 1985 in the Estonian Academy of Sciences. In 1991, he participated in the first CEU summer program in environmental science. By 1993, he moved to the political department of the Estonian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and 3 years later, in 1996, he relocated to New York to take a post with the permanent mission of Estonia to the United Nations. From 2002 to 2006, Thomas Luk was the ambassador of the Republic of Estonia to the Republic of Latvia. The other way around, of the Republic of Estonia and the Republic of Latvia. In 2008, he was appointed ambassador of the Republic of Estonia to the Republic of Georgia and Armenia. In between his ambassadorial appointments, he served in the 3rd Political Department of the Estonian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as director of the 1st Division, Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Thomas Luk is also the author and co-author of more than 20 scientific articles and is a recipient of the 20th Anniversary Alumni Career Achievement Award of CEU. Please welcome Ambassador Thomas Luk.
Honorable President and Rector, Mr. John Shattuck, distinguished members of the faculty, dear graduates, family members and guests, ladies and gentlemen. I have to acknowledge that this is the most brilliant and distinguished audience I've been ever spoken to, so please bear with me if I make some mistakes. But this sentences about my past basically tell me that behind it, basically 20 years of lots of activities, and it's been very interesting. Obviously, I'm honored for the opportunity to address you today on the occasion of graduation of a class of 2011, the 20th graduating class of Central European University. Indeed, graduation day is a great day, and please accept my sincere congratulations. Some even say that graduation day is the 2nd most memorable day in a person's life after marriage, but I'm sure you will find out it soon enough yourself. In my speech, I would like to reflect a little bit on CEU from my perspective and, of course, give you my wishes. I'm very glad to be back in beautiful Budapest and to see how our university, our common alma mater, has grown and developed over the years. CEU has become a strong, well-established, successful, and uniquely international educational institution. As the President and Rector said yesterday, CEU has become a laboratory of international education. The best evidence of this is today's graduation ceremony and 19 previous ceremonies which have prepared almost 10,000 young professionals from around the world in different disciplines. Everybody, founders of university, faculty and staff of previous times and of today, graduates and students, alumni and parents, deserves credit for this achievement. As for me, as was told, I'm proud to have experienced CEU in its beginnings as a student of Environmental Studies program in summer 1991. Dear graduates, in addition to graduating and the consequences this has for you, the year 2011 marks the anniversary of tremendous geopolitical shifts that took place 20 years ago. The end of the Cold War and the collapse of the Soviet Union changed the political map of Europe entirely. It led to a build-up of new alliances, and most importantly, allowed many nations to regain their lost independence, embark on paths of ambitious political economic reforms, develop their statehood, and ultimately enjoy freedom. As a result, the reaches of democracy, stability, and the rule of law expanded greatly. Previously closed societies opened up. In 1991, however, this was still in its infancy. For many CEU students, it was literally a new beginning. Students who joined CEU summer programs as citizens of the Soviet Union returned upon graduation in August 1991 to new countries. In my case, to Estonia, that was once again independent. The level of ambition, readiness, and commitment of newly independent states to democracy needed to be tested. The strength of our society's ability to break many Cold War stereotypes and reverse stagnant postures underwent scrutiny as well. CEU was established about the same time. The founders of the university had a vision to develop and spread the concept of open society, a philosophy promulgated widely by Henry Bergson and Karl Popper, and so effectively implemented by George Soros, his friends and supporters, to the communities of Eastern and Central Europe. CEU became an instrument for accomplishing this vision. You may ask how. Let me offer you a couple of ideas in this regard. I believe that the mere act of assembling young professionals from Eastern and Central Europe to study, to communicate, and simply be together opened up a new dimension in their professional and personal lives. CEU students profited immensely from the opportunity to discover a brand new world from which they had been isolated for so many years. Furthermore, many students owe much for their education and contemporary world vision to Central European University, particularly in the field of the humanities, where many subjects in communist bloc countries were considered as phony or false. CEU introduced the very concept of open society and therefore entrenched new ways of thinking about the role of civil society, which was in its inception in Eastern Europe. These are just few points to mention. As for me, after completing postgraduate studies at Leiden University in Holland in 1992, my professional career continued in the area of foreign affairs. That was a decision where my CEU experience played a major role. Now it's about you. I would like to share with you some ideas that have resonated with me over my almost 20 years of diplomatic experience as being especially important. I'd like to introduce them in the following way. First, in 1992, in the wake of the fall and breakup of the Soviet Union, Francis Fukuyama published the book The End of a History and the Last Man, which was sensational and stirring. In simple terms, Fukuyama argued that history had just come to an end and that democracy would become increasingly prevalent. He, however, never claimed that the end of history means the end of new events. Contemporary French philosopher André Glucksmann responded by delivering a speech in which he argued the contrary, that for countries emerging from behind the Iron Curtain, it was actually their entrance into a history. In a way, both philosophers were right. Fukuyama for anticipation of the end of the East-West confrontation, and Glucksmann for his vision for new states making their own history. Today, for example, we witness a wave of democratization moving towards the East as well as South, asserting that history is always in the making. You are the generation to shape the future of your society, country, and the world. Therefore, I encourage you to make your contribution, be active, and be part of history. Second, in his works, André Glucksmann has also thoroughly addressed totalitarian regimes. He advocates persistently against the notion of indifference, warning that indifference can play the role of a vicious spiral in human history, being the cause for many brutal acts. Hermann Bloch, the Austrian Jewish novelist, actually referred to indifference as a form of violence. Therefore, do not be swayed by the temptation to be indifferent. Stay inquisitive, vigilant, be considerate and supportive, emphatic and fair. Finally, Central European University was founded with the explicit goal of helping what were countries in transition, and now it seems to me that CEU is reaching global reach, supporting countries in becoming truly democratic, where freedom and tolerance could thrive. 20 years ago, freedom triumphed, and with it, the concept of open society. I believe that the aim of promoting the principles of open society remains fundamental. For that reason, uphold the values that you were taught and pass them on. In conclusion, dear graduates, I would like to recall the words of my own countryman poet Artur Alliksaar, whose verse, which can be translated as "freedom is to explore, freedom is to make mistakes," became an epigram of Open Estonian Foundation. Dear graduates, explore, make mistakes, but pursue the truth always. Thank you.
It is my pleasure now to introduce our student speaker, Sam Stewart. Sam Stewart is an MBA candidate at the CEU Business School. He moved to Budapest in 2009 after spending 10 years working in journalism and online media in the United States. Sam holds both a BA in journalism and a Master's of Mass Communication degree from Arizona State University. After receiving his MBA, he plans to stay in Budapest to work in the field of further technological innovation in Hungary. Please welcome Sam Stewart.
20 years ago, Central European University was born from an idea and a promise to empower new thinking in a rapidly changing world. At that time, I was only 13 years old. Some in this audience were older then, some certainly younger. So what was the world like when CEU began its mission in 1991? Let me remind you. Politically, there was change in this region. The Soviet Union had ceased to exist. With that transition, newly independent countries emerged. The Warsaw Pact ended. The Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty was signed, reducing the nuclear deployment of the Cold War. In addition, conflict erupted in the Middle East in response to Saddam Hussein invading neighboring Kuwait. And in South Africa, major steps to end apartheid were in motion. Culturally and socially, things were changing as well. In 1991, Tim Berners-Lee introduced technology which launched the internet. The first web browser was released, and by the end of the year, the number of people on the internet reached 1 million. Also, computing giant Microsoft released its newest cutting-edge software, MS-DOS 5.0. Silence of the Lambs ruled the cinema, while an alternative rock band named Nirvana released an album titled, well, never mind. On a sadder note, in 1991, we lost rhyming children's author Dr. Seuss, jazz legend Miles Davis, and singer Freddie Mercury. The latter artist succumbed to a relatively new disease called AIDS, sadly, only one day after publicly announcing he had contracted it. 20 years later, AIDS has less stigma, but still no more cure. We have indeed come a long way since 1991, but there is still more work to do. Today, challenges, risks, and opportunities have more global impact. Information surrounds us. The world today continues to change as rapidly as ever. But today isn't about what was. Today is about what will be. Today we relish the present, but we focus on the future. And the future is us. Our diverse group is now tasked to fulfill the original promise, deliver the ideas, and promote the changes we want to see in the world tomorrow. Our mission now is to advance society, culture, and politics, and to better the world for future generations. Central European University has given us the tools to accomplish this task. So today, let us celebrate with the honored guests, classmates, professors, friends, and family that have helped make this graduation day possible. Because tomorrow, the real work begins. Thank you.
Now we will continue with the conferring of bachelor's and master's degrees. The business school is the only division of CEU that has undergraduate programs and awards bachelor's degrees. We will present bachelor's and master's degrees from the business school together. CEU, in addition to its US accreditation, also received Hungarian accreditation in 2005. Therefore, many of our students are also given Hungarian diplomas. The names and degrees of these students are noted in a graduation brochure in the section Hungarian accredited degrees. And now the heads of academic departments and programs will call the candidates on stage after the president and rector conferred bachelor's and master's degrees upon them. During the conferring of degrees, faculty members are kindly requested to rise and remain standing while the graduates of their departments are called on the stage. First, candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Economics will be presented by the department head, Professor Julius Horváth.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Economics, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 36 master students graduating from the Department of Economics. Would you please confer upon them the academic degree?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Economics and Master of Arts in Economic and Legal Studies. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degree in Economics and for the Master of Arts degree in Economic and Legal Studies please come forward as your name is called? Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Economics are the following. Dildora Odilojovna Ahmedova, Uzbekistan. Narmin Bashirzadze, Azerbaijan. Tatiana Sergeyevna Bashlicheva, Russian Federation. Ludmila Batinova, Uzbekistan. Sofio Bendashvili, Georgia. Julia Chikish, Russian Federation. Eva Cukrovska, Poland. Sashka Dimova, Macedonia. Irina Doroshchenko, Ukraine. Alen Zanic, Croatia. Miklos Farkas, Hungary. Enikő Gábor, Romania. Károly Godány, Hungary. Maxim Godovnikov, Ukraine. Kalman László G. Szabó, Hungary. Győző Gyöngyösi, Hungary. Zuhdi Maher Hashvech, Jordan. Igor Yakovchuk, Ukraine. Ilgar Muzaffar Ismailov, Azerbaijan. Arailim Kadyrova, Kazakhstan. Alexei Vladimirovich Konorev, Russian Federation. Olga Levina, Azerbaijan. Valeria Lopina, Russian Federation. Rashan Mehmet Mehbalayev, Azerbaijan. Timea Laura Molnar, Hungary. Dragada Nikodilska, Macedonia. Erzsébet Judith Rariga, Romania. Tetiana Rodionova, Ukraine. Irina Mikhailovna Samsonova, Russian Federation. Rahman Saparbayev, Turkmenistan. Artem Shostak, Ukraine. Gábor Simonovic, Hungary. Katalin Springer, Hungary. Peter Todt, Hungary. Irina Trunova, Russian Federation. MA degree in Economic and Legal Studies, Alexander Vladimirov Mirchev, Bulgaria.
Congratulations to all candidates from the Department of Economics. And now, the candidates for the Master of Science degree from the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy will be presented by the department head, Professor Alan Watt.
Candidates for the Master of Science degrees from the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are altogether 46 master's students graduating from the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Sciences and Policy and Master of Science in Environmental Sciences, Policy and Management. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Science degree in Environmental Sciences and Policy please come forward as your name is called? Jovan Batanchev, Serbia. Yerbulan Belgibekov, Kazakhstan. Nadezhda Gindea, Moldova. Linda Horvat, Hungary. Alexandra Ibragimova, Russian Federation. Natalia Ilyashenko, Russian Federation. Alexander Yevsienko, Czech Republic. Janelle Karina, Kazakhstan. Natalia Kolomiets, Ukraine. Ondrej Noj, Hungary. Eren Ozden, Turkey.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree in Environmental Sciences, Policy and Management from the Erasmus Mundus Master's course, awarded jointly with Lund University, Sweden, the University of Manchester, United Kingdom, and the University of the Aegean, Greece, will be presented by Professor Alec Chirp, MESPOM Consortium Coordinator and CEU Academic Secretary and Research Director.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree in Environmental Sciences, Policy and Management, please come forward as your name is called. Nicolas Eduardo Acosta Garcia, Colombia. Maria Arvidsson, Sweden. Yun Wen Bai, China. Uli Christian Bundensen, Denmark. Rebecca Colvin, the United Kingdom. Amit Regar, United States of America. Jason Daniel, United Kingdom. Emily Dowding-Smith, New Zealand. James Duncan, United States of America. Lenore Ettington, United States of America. Tsibedo Kebede, Ethiopia. Kathleen Planetsky, United States of America. Eva Kopataki, Hungary. Yana Kovandic, Serbia. Begum Kurkcu, Turkey. Sarah Lang, United States of America. Xiao Li, China. Neisha Maningchan, Trinidad and Tobago. Anel Mendez, Honduras. Miriam Niemech, Lebanon. Arijit Paul, India. Tian Peng, China. Anastasia Polyakova, Russian Federation. Galina Primak, Ukraine. Asif Rahman, Bangladesh. Maria Rosel, Venezuela. Mark Ryan, Ireland. Raquel Salazar, Costa Rica. Anton Smith, Zimbabwe. Hong Zhang, China.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Gender Studies will be presented by the department head, Professor Jasmina Lukic.
Candidates for the master degree from the Department of Gender Studies, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 37 master students graduating from the Department of Gender Studies. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Gender Studies and in Critical Gender Studies, Master of Arts in Women's and Gender Studies, and Master of Arts in Women's and Gender History. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degree in Gender Studies please come forward as your name is called? Candidates for the master degree in Gender Studies are, from the one-year program in Gender Studies, Vera Balint, Serbia. Jutka Beko, Romania. Francisca Cepol, Croatia. Augustas Cicelis, Lithuania. Aurelia Jan, Serbia. Hayden Dumas, USA. Diana Escobedo Lastiri, Mexico. Meredith Evans, Canada. Eniko Gregor, Hungary. Sara Hathazi, Romania. April Hovav, United States of America. Anna Kadnikova, Russian Federation. Swati Campbell, India. Natasha Leuth, United States of America. Andreja Pevec, Croatia. Biljana Puric, Serbia. Korana Radman, Croatia. Svitlana Shimko, Ukraine. Gorica Stevanovic, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Esther Silva, Hungary. Maria Temes, Finland. Viktor Trofimov, Russian Federation. Armela Jako, Albania. And Eva Zekanj, Romania. From the two-year program in Critical Gender Studies, Mohammed Abdi, Iran. Elena Anchevska, Romania. Elena Anchevska, Macedonia. Alexandra Manta, Romania. And Mimosa Patsuku, Macedonia. Candidates of the Erasmus Mundus Master of Arts in Women and Gender Studies, graduating at this point are Pita Das, India, and a candidate in European Master of Arts in Women's and Gender History, Alexandra Git, Romania.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of History will be presented by their department head, Professor Konstantin Jordachi.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of History, please rise. Dear Rector and President, this academic year there are 36 master students graduating from the Department of History. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Central European History and Master of Arts in Comparative History of Central European and Southeastern Europe. Congratulations.
Will each candidate of the Department of History for the Master of Arts degrees please come forward as your name is called? Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Central European History are Yuri Chepela, Ukraine; Michael Colello, United States of America; Igor Vengia, Croatia; Vedran Duancic, Croatia; Anak Vil, Ukraine; Andrew Kočiščak, United States of America; Nino Kovacic, Croatia; Dejan Lukic, Serbia; Iva Mandic, Croatia; Daniel Morissette, United States of America; Janos Tamás Németh, Hungary; Svitlana Opsipchuk, Ukraine; Theodor Roth, United States of America; Bojana Savic, Serbia; Katerina Sosnina, Ukraine; Kyle Daniel Stanton, United States of America; Magdalena Starkova, Czech Republic; Liana Suleimanova, Russian Federation; Laurent Istvan Savkai from Hungary; Charlotte Townsend from Austria; Balint Tolmar from Hungary; Csaba Tibor Tóth, Hungary; Natasha Mary Wilson, Australia; Georg Matthias Winkler, Germany; and Natalia Zakaluzna from Ukraine. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Comparative History of Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe, 1500 to 2000 are Jan Broker, Germany; Mihai Dan Cârjan, Romania; Maria Andreea Cojocariu, Romania; Laura Ann Gosha from the United States of America; Pavel Kutaj from Slovakia; Dmitry Mordvinov from the Russian Federation; Ernst Wieser from the Netherlands; and Alexander Zravskovsky from Macedonia. Congratulations to you all.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of International Relations and European Studies will be presented by their department head, Professor Matteo Fumagalli.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of International Relations and European Studies, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 40 master students graduating in the Department of International Relations and European Studies. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in International Relations and European Studies. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degree in International Relations and European Studies please come forward as your name is called? Veronika Gajanyan, Armenia. Saida Muratovna Ayupova, Uzbekistan. Daniel Bagameri, Hungary. Krzysztof Bandash, Poland. Sarah Elisa Benavides Ambrosio, United States of America. Barnil Bhattacharjee, India. Yelena Tsupac, Serbia. Shalva Ziziguri, Georgia. Maria Kesta, Greece. Lori Rachel Grushka, Canada. Gerald William Gugerty, United States of America. Maren Husser, Germany. Emily Jaworski, United States of America. Sorana Cristina Jude, Romania. Kaitlin Athena Kilmer, United States of America. Monika Kokstaite, Lithuania. Zsuzsa Köver, Hungary. Biambakan Lugusharav, Mongolia. Emily Rebecca Mans, United States of America. Lawrence Joseph McGivern, United Kingdom. Sarah Magdalene Tahiri Munro, United States of America. Andrea Nikutar, Romania. Venera Agnyanova Nikolaeva, Bulgaria. Killian John O'Donoghue, Ireland. Jan Ondrush, Slovakia. Zsófia Pales, Hungary. Maria Borisovna Papina, Turkmenistan. Genevieve Marie Pierce, United States of America. Joseph Frank Pochi, United States of America. Nora Rado, Hungary. Maja Ruzic, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sarah Judith Seagal Williams, United States of America. Sergei Sibirtsev, Russian Federation. Ivan Sokolov, Russian Federation. Viktor Stavitsky, Ukraine. Ian Markham Thompson, United States of America. Orhan Hussein, Macedonia. Irene Vinogradova, Russian Federation. Jeremy Paul Williams, United States of America. Tuba Yumakli, Turkey.
Candidates for the Master of Laws and Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Legal Studies will be presented by Professor Stefan Messmann, the head of the Legal Studies Department.
Candidates for the Master of Laws and Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Legal Studies, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 56 master's students graduating from the Department of Legal Studies. Would you please confer upon them the academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Laws in Comparative Constitutional Law, Master of Laws in Human Rights, Master of Arts in Human Rights, and Master of Laws in International Business Law. Congratulations. Now I get to shake the hands of some of my students.
So, candidates for the Master of Laws in Comparative Constitutional Law, Marcos Atsiaya, Kenya. Simon Cook, United States of America. Irina Dainega, Russian Federation. Katalin Dobias, Hungary. Zsuzsanna Gedeon, Hungary. Narmin Ibrahimova, Azerbaijan. Miklos Klenans, Serbia. Dmitry Kurnusov, Russian Federation. Tinatin Tsanava, Georgia. Candidate for the Master of Laws in Human Rights, Blessing Abiri, Nigeria. Tiago Amparo, Brazil. Jehad Arafat, Palestinian State. Ardita Baji, Albania. Kledvin Hamarhaishati, Chinar Marira, Zimbabwe. Nenad Galic, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Debjoti Ghosh, India. Wilma Isaboke, Kenya. Itong Jiang, People's Republic of China. Esther Kamau, Kenya. Alina Karaljova, Belarus. Olena Kustova, Ukraine. Daniel Lema, Tanzania. David Medina, Honduras. Volha Ramanenka, Belarus. Rubiat Mohamed Said, Ethiopia. Imola Shorosh, Serbia. Tesfahun Terefe, Ethiopia. Yeva Vesbergiate, Lithuania. Candidate for the Master of Arts in Human Rights, Sib Galutai Ahmed, India. Dana Burns, United States of America. Zsolt Bobish, Hungary. Željke Čaki, Hungary. Tamara Dimitrievska, Macedonia. Sara Lalic, Croatia. Jacqueline Vanti, Kenya. Rubin Skrebesh, United States of America. Alexandra Tsakopoulos, United States of America. Candidates for the Master of Laws in International Business Law. Omogboyega Abe, Nigeria. Anastasia Chechel, Kazakhstan. Alexandra Cherkasenko, Kyrgyzstan. Claudia Fabian, Hungary. Peter Garanci, Hungary. Ases Gikai, Ethiopia. Alexandra Horvatova, Slovakia. Jakub Kepinski, Poland. Yekaterina Kolmogorova, Kazakhstan. Mikhailo Lukashenko, Ukraine. Neada Mulati, Albania. Attila Nagy, Serbia. Ani Nozadze, Georgia. Tatiana Pronina, Russian Federation. Gulnara Rakimova, Russian Federation. Piotr Sprints, Czech Republic. Katalin Stanescu, Romania. Ruslan Sulaimanov, Kyrgyzstan.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree from the Department of Mathematics and its applications will be presented by their department head, Professor György Moroshanu.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree in Applied Mathematics, please rise. Okay, there they are.
Big cheer for
you. Okay. President and Rector, this academic year there are 6 master's students graduating from our department. Next year will be better. President and Rector, would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Applied Mathematics. Congratulations.
Okay. Will the candidates for the Master of Science degree in Applied Mathematics please come forward as your name is called? In alphabetical order, Alexander Dibert, Russian Federation. Daniel Garrett Glasscock, United States. Scott Franklin Kensel, United States. Taksir Khan, India. Miklos Palfia, Hungary. Cassie Stephen Tompkins, United States of America. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Medieval Studies will be presented by the department head, Professor Katalin Senda.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Medieval Studies Department, please rise. Dear President and Rector, this academic year, there are 22 master students graduating from the Department of Medieval Studies. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Medieval Studies and Master of Arts in Comparative History, Interdisciplinary Medieval Studies. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degrees please come forward as your name is called? Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees in Medieval Studies are Orsolya Csákvári, Hungary; Sanya Fritz, Croatia; Sara Kazemi Manes, Iran; Andor Kelenhegyi, Hungary; Yevgen Alexandrovich Kvalkov, Ukraine; Judith Kodolányi, Hungary; Esther Konrad, Hungary; András Kraft, Germany; Katalin Tolnai, Hungary; Dejan Vemic, Serbia; Andrea Bianca Znorovsky, Romania. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Comparative History, Interdisciplinary Medieval Studies are Daniel Meseret Asmare, Ethiopia; Sona Grigoryan, Armenia; Kelly Heydrich, United States of America; Laszlo Iles Kaulic, Hungary; Courtney Krolikowski, United States of America; Mihail Mitrea, Romania; Farida Mukajanova, Kazakhstan; Sandro Nikolaishvili, Georgia; Madalina Toka, Romania; and Branislav Vismek, Slovakia. Congratulations.
Candidates for the master's degree from the Nationalism Studies program will be presented by the program head, Professor Maria Kovács.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Nationalism Studies, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 22 students graduating from the Nationalism Studies program. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Nationalism Studies. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degree in Nationalism Studies please come forward as your name is being called? Maria Barna, Hungary; Juliana Boda, Romania; Karolis Butkevicius, Lithuania; Petra Halupkova, Czech Republic; Emin Eminagic, Bosnia and Herzegovina; Jana Gottschalk, Germany; Adrian Győri, Slovakia; Alexander Ivanovic, Montenegro; Alexander Stoyanov Karadyov, Bulgaria. Noemi Karsai, Hungary. Julia Sardelic, Slovenia. Carolina Matilda Solms-Barut, United States of America. Anya Ster, Slovenia. Lyudmila Shukareva, Ukraine. Kristina Erika Timar, Romania. Nora Varadi, Hungary. Stuart Weaver, United States of America. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Philosophy will be presented by the department head, Professor Gábor Beteg.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Philosophy, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 7 master students graduating from the Department of Philosophy. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degree in Philosophy please come forward as your name is called? Mindaugas Gilaitis, Lithuania. Christina Johnson, United States of America. Ani Korepetian, Armenia. Anton Markoc, Montenegro. Elena Popa, Romania. Tsutomu Yagi, Japan. George Ziegler, Hungary.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Political Science will be presented by the department head, Professor Dorothy Burley.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Political Science, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 57 master students graduating from the Department of Political Science. Would you please confer upon them their academic degree?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Political Science. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degree in Political Science please come forward as your name is called? Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Political Science one-year program are Nicola Baketa, Croatia. Hugo Begin, Canada. Shane Brennan, United States. Andrei Buchel, Slovakia. Arvidis Tsepolis, Lithuania. Thomas Corbett, United Kingdom. Sonila Danai, Albania. Maja Dodic-Grujic, Croatia. Stefan Domonkoš, Slovakia. Tanja Dramac, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Jana Drilikova, Czech Republic. Zachary Ellis, United States. Nelly Huchushka, Belarus. Hrvoje Jelic, Croatia. Julia Kanigina, Russia. Osli Karaca, Turkey. Marko Kovacic, Croatia. Robert Kozma, Serbia. Anessa Kratovac, United States. Elena Laptsina, Russia. Anna Lomtatidze, Georgia. Aldo Madariaga, Chile. Miles Maftin, US. Josef Marusik, Slovakia. Milena Mohoric, Croatia. Jakob Ehrman, Denmark. Martin Pechirjarevsky, Macedonia. Ivan Pisarev, Russia. Francis Robichaud, Canada. Ivan Caric, Croatia. Adam Svensson, Sweden. Eski Tanriverdi, Turkey. Manu Gabor Todt, Hungary. Lucia Trebulova, Slovakia. Osteja Trikonaite, Lithuania. Michael Tirala, Slovakia. Martin van der Lee, Netherlands. Kohei Watanabe, Japan. Jennifer Yiphoing Wing, Mauritius. Datvey Zargaran, Iran. Gergo Zavets, Hungary. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Political Science two-year program are Dragos Adasalice, Romania. Tuba Akaya, Turkey. Golnisa Asimova, Kyrgyzstan. Barbora Botnarova, Slovakia. Efrem David, Ethiopia. George Godzadze, Georgia. Repsime Grigorian, Armenia. Mihai Gimneshi, Hungary. Octavian Moldovan, Romania. Silvia Niamțu, Romania. Elvira Nurieva, Russia. Ioana Petre, Romania. Oana Florina Pop, Romania.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Public Policy will be presented by their department head, Professor Nikolai Sitter.
Very good. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Public Policy, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 37 students graduating from the Department of Public Policy. Will you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Public Policy. Congratulations. I think you beat out political science.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Public Policy please come forward as your name is called? Zinaida Adam from Moldova. Angelina Stoyanova Atanasova from Bulgaria. Vencel Gabor Beci from Hungary. David Chokoshvili from Georgia. Blagovesta Yubomira Chonokova from Bulgaria. Sarah Nicole Derringer from the United States of America. Agnes Doka from Hungary. Freeman Socrates Fox from the United States of America. Anna Guaru from Moldova. Andras Horvat from Hungary. Elmina Kulasic from the United States of America. Jana Kuzmova from Slovakia. Anna Latza from Croatia. Marta Irena Lis from Poland. Gorana Misic from Croatia. Cecilia Naj from Hungary. Justina Kazimiera Nietko from Poland. Raluca Anna Maria Pop from Romania. Luboslava Ryaposova from Slovakia. Rania Sala Sedek from Egypt. Martin Sik from the Czech Republic. Maria Paloma Sotelo Marquez from Mexico. Ildiko Sabo from Hungary. Petar Yordanov Trifonov from Bulgaria. Selika Tutic from Croatia. Diana Chekova Yosifova from Bulgaria. And Orgilma Surikt from Mongolia. Then, will the candidates for the degree in Master of Arts of Public Policy of the Erasmus Mundus program please step forward as your name is called? Maria Cristina Bacalso from Canada. Margaret Ama Kiu from Ghana. Gloria Lai from Australia. Dragan Mihailovic from Serbia. Maid Mohammed from Ghana. Sheikh Naziri from Kosovo. Mogeni Donald Nyangao from Kenya. Natalia Andrea Sushun Posas from Colombia. Jose Urquia from El Salvador. And Ryan Elizabeth Wanstreet from the United States of America.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology will be presented by the department head, Professor Judith Bodnar.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees program from the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology, please rise. President and Rector, this year 32 master's students are graduating from the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Sociology and Social Anthropology and Master of Arts in Sociology and Social Anthropology with specialization in Global and Urban Studies. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the Master of Arts degrees of the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology please come forward as your name is called? Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Sociology and Anthropology are, in the first year program, Tamara Badikian, Armenia, Tomáš Berec, Hungary, Amanda Bronner, United States, Veronika Bursevic, Belarus, Ariane Elbaum, United States, Anna Marupova, Uzbekistan, Jonathan McCombs, United States, Igor Mikeshin, Russian Federation, Cristian Mure, Romania, Sneha Narayan, India. Andrea Ordaz Nemet, Hungary. Darren Patrick, United States. Baice Pelivan, Turkey. Nicole Pilakin, United States. Whitney Russell, United States. Maria Stoyanova, Ukraine. Dragana Stokanic, Serbia. Nurzat Sultan Alieva, Kyrgyzstan. Tetiana Tsibulnik, Ukraine. Marku Uibu, Estonia. Kata Varsányi, Hungary. Amanda Wilson, United States. In the two-year program with specialization in global and urban studies, Carl Christensen, Norway. Daniela Ionescu, Romania. Csaba Jelinek, Hungary. Iga Mergler, Poland. Anna Maria Murg, Romania. Sergiu Novak, Romania. Zoltán Szényi, Hungary. Shang-Hee Yu, Korea. Irina Zinka, Romania.
Candidates for the bachelor's and master's degrees from the business school will be presented by their dean, Mel Horwich.
Will each candidate for the bachelor and master's degrees from CEU Business School please rise? President and Rector, this academic year there are 30 bachelor's and 84 master's students graduating from CEU Business School. Would you please confer upon them their academic degree?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Global Management, and Master of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Will each candidate for the bachelor's degree please come forward as your name is called? The candidates for the Bachelor of Business Administration are Anastasia Asanova, Bulgaria. Anna Bateva, Russia. Marius Benjamin Gomola, Georgia. Houston Ivanescu, Romania. Alexandra Porojan, Romania. Mihai Sergiu Voicu, Romania. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Global Management are Filipa Bagojevic, Serbia. Ijerim Kurmagazi, Kazakhstan. Nicolette Zatmari, Hungary. Will each candidate for the Master of Business Administration degree please come forward as your name is called? The candidates for the Master of Business Administration are Alexandra Vyacheslavoovna Akalova, Russia. Peter Andrazi, Hungary. Radu Constantin Atanasiu, Romania. Alexandru Vlad Badu, Romania. Ana Maria Badu, Romania. Ina Bashau, United States of America. Barbara Bodish, Hungary. Giuseppina Burloi, Romania. Veronica Kamazan, Romania. Stefan Christi Kibaturu, Romania. Florentin Kojo Kariu, Romania. Maria Magdalena Constantine, Romania. Peter Dani, Hungary. Yasin Imulov Dimitrov, Bulgaria. Yekaterina Vaskava Dubriva, Bulgaria. Faruk Nazashovich Dokoyev, Tajikistan. Horatius Mihai Farkas, Romania. Yanu Firka, Hungary. Ovidiu Floria, Romania. Peter Gardos, Hungary. Balaz Hajdu, Hungary. Judith Hilda Hayos, Hungary. Andras Harshani, Hungary. Aril Ignat, Hungary. Alexandru Catalanian, Romania. Yelena Dina Ionescu, Romania. Tony K. John, India. Nana Kaldani, Georgia. Daniel Capuzzi, Canada. Joey Kendall, United States of America. Erika Kish, Hungary. Gabor Kish Taleki, Hungary. Janos Kociana, Hungary. Isfan Kochalada, Romania. Stephen Ladek, United States of America. Elena Cordrina Leo, Romania. Sizlar Lipchai, Hungary. Zoltan Lotzi, Hungary. Jonathan David Long, United States of America. Doratnya Levi Chayezi, Hungary. Emesh Mejirozi, Hungary. Bogdan Adrian Marta, Romania. Daniel Ernesto Mata, Venezuela. Oana Cristina Molodoy, Romania. Judith Murchii, Hungary. Peter Balaz Nemeth, Hungary. Leah Nozace, Georgia. Joanna Zinania Olarayu, Romania. James Paul Pavlovsky, United States of America. Rajiv Vargas Pinelli, India. Botan Ruga, Hungary. Samarudin Kasim Stewart, United States of America. Dorina Mialea Surugiu, Romania. Bala Zentkuti, Hungary. Istvan Zep, Romania. Catalan Zili, Hungary. Kadruta Trandafir, Romania. Nora Tremel, Hungary. Dmitro Dmitrovich Vavriv, Ukraine. Deepak Vayanyan Nair, India. Vlad Vizitiu, Romania. Makpal Chaparanova Zumbayeva, Kazakhstan. Bala Zambori, Hungary. The candidates for the International Executive Master's Program, the IMM program, are Alan Stewart Hawkins, United States of America. Balázs Konos, Hungary. Peter Maxin, Hungary. Balázs G. Nagy, Hungary. Nora Zeles, Hungary. Jorg Tamishi, Hungary. Congratulations.
We continue now with the awarding of certificates for the University's Special Extension Program. Graduates of the Roma Access Program will be presented by Professor Eva Fodor, Academic Director.
Graduates of the Roma Access Program, please come forward as your names are called. Lavinia Mirabella Banu from Romania. Hava Damiri from Macedonia. Daniela Gamonte from Romania. Jana Grajčarova from Slovakia. Tanja Jovanovic from Serbia. Beatrix Kish from Hungary. Petruca Georgiana Neața from Romania. Georgeta Pintilie from Romania. Rita Sorina Sain from Romania. And Marina Vasic from Serbia.
Congratulations to all our bachelor's and master's degrees. And now we go on with, continue with conferring of the doctoral degrees. Since the Middle Ages, it has been an academic custom that those who enter the highest level of scholarly achievement receive a ceremonial hood as the insignia of their new academic status. Today, we induct a new body of scholars into the academy as we award them with this, our highest degree. Central European University is proud to announce that this academic year, 42 doctoral students are graduating. Not all can be present at this ceremony, but their names are, of course, included in the graduation program. We shall now present the doctoral degrees to those candidates who are present today. Doctoral candidates, please rise. President and Rector, the candidates who stand here have fulfilled all the requirements for the doctoral degrees of Central European University. The faculty of Central European University recommend that they be awarded doctoral degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and Trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Sciences and Policy, Doctor of Philosophy in Comparative Gender Studies, Doctor of Philosophy in Comparative History of Central, Southeastern, and Eastern Europe, Doctor of Juridical Science, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics and its Applications, Doctor of Philosophy in Medieval Studies, Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy, and Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science. Congratulations.
Supervisors and escorting faculty members, please rise. Your valuable guidance and advice throughout the years contributed significantly to the success of these doctoral candidates. We thank you and congratulate you on their success. I ask you now to assist in the hooding ceremony. Doctoral graduates, please remove your cap. Turn left and hand over your hood to the faculty member behind you, then turn back facing the audience. Faculty members, please raise the hood and place it down over the head of the doctoral graduate in front of you. Doctoral graduates, please put your caps back on, and supervisors and escorting faculty members, please be seated. Now I will call the doctoral graduates to move to the front of the stage to receive their diplomas. Please turn to the left and line up on the steps of the platform, and step forward as your name is called. Honorary Chairman, and President and Rector, would you please rise to greet the doctoral graduates? I'm calling our doctors of philosophy in environmental sciences and policy. Veronika Ksenia Tsako, Hungary, whose supervisor is Professor Diana Erge-Forsatz. Katarina Koritarova from Slovakia, supervisor is Professor Diana Erge-Forsatz. Julia Leventon from the United Kingdom, supervisors are Professor Alexios Antipas and Dr. Lindsay Stringer. Kati Medarova-Bergström, Bulgaria, supervisor Professor Alexios Antipas. Plamen Petkov-Peev, Bulgaria, supervisor Professor Alexios Antipas. I'm now calling our Doctor of Philosophy in Comparative Gender Studies, Esther Varsha from Hungary, supervisor Professor Eva Fodor. Next come our Doctors of Philosophy in Comparative History of Central, Southeastern, and Eastern Europe. Maria Falina from the Russian Federation, supervisor Professor Balázs Trencsényi. Gábor Kármán, Hungary, supervisor Professor Katalin Péter. Ferenc Lőrinc Laco, Hungary, supervisor Professor Viktor Karádi. Eugen Stancu from Romania, supervisor Professor Marcia Seifert. Jeffrey Michael Taylor, United States of America, supervisor Professor Ilona Parsons. I'm now calling our Doctors of Juridical Science, Marian Slobodan Ajevsky, Macedonia, supervisor Professor Károly Bárd. Agnes Vakela Ohanga, Kenya, supervisors the late Professor László György Bojta and Professor Gábor Faludi from Elton. Calling our Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics and its Applications, Mihai Gheorghe Mihailescu, Romania, supervisor Professor György Marosanu. A Doctor of Philosophy in Medieval Studies, Nadezhda Vladimirova Miladinova, Bulgaria, supervisor Professor István Percel. Now our Doctors of Philosophy in Philosophy. Marina Ivanova Bakalova, Bulgaria, whom I'm proud to say was my student. Ákos Brunner from Hungary, supervisor Professor Gábor Beteg. Mircea Cucu from Romania, supervisor Professor Howard Robinson. I'm calling now our Doctors of Philosophy in Political Science, Magdalena Bernaciak from Poland, supervisor Professor Dorothy Bole. Lucia Kurekova, Slovakia, supervisors are Professor Anil Duman and Professor Bela Greškovič. And Marcela Veselkova from Slovakia, supervisor Professor Julius Horváth. Doctoral graduates, please be seated. We come now to the next part of this ceremony. Among these hundreds of fine students, there are some in each department who have done particularly outstanding work. They were awarded in an earlier ceremony today, but we would like to recognize them now by reading out their names. Graduates, Please rise as I read out your name and remain standing at your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, I kindly ask you to wait until I finish reading the names of all awarded graduates and express your appreciation by applauding them at the end. Let me present first the recipients of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. From the Department of Economics, Katalin Springel, Hungary. From the Department of Environmental Science and Policy, Jashan Daniel from the United Kingdom and Natalia Ilyashenko from the Russian Federation. From the Department of Gender Studies, Augustus Sisilis in Lithuania, Maria Temes from Finland, and Alexandra Manta from Romania. From the Department of History, Vedran Duancic from Croatia and Jan Bröker from Germany. From the Department of International Relations and European Studies, Lawrence McGiven from the United Kingdom. From the Department of Legal Studies, Miklos Klenans from Serbia, Eva Vesbergaite from Lithuania, Dana Burns from the United States of America, Petr Sprins from the Czech Republic. From the Department of Mathematics and its Applications, Daniel Glaskog from the United States of America. From the Department of Medieval Studies, Andras Kraft from Germany. From the Nationalism Studies Program, Brian Van Wyk from the United States of America. From the Department of Philosophy, Mindaugas Gilaitis, Lithuania. From the Department of Political Science, Martin van der Lee from the Netherlands, and Oana Florina Pop, Romania, and Dragos Adaskalitai from Romania. From the Department of Public Policy, Martin Schick, Czech Republic, Maria Cristina Bacalso from Canada. From the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology, Darren Patrick from the United States of America. And from the CEU Business School, Academic Excellence Award, the recipients of Academic Excellence Awards are, for the Bachelor of Business Administration, Filipa Blagojevic from Serbia. For the Master of Business Administration program, Ileana Dana Ionescu, Romania, and Omedar Israel. And now, thank you very much. Please be seated. There is another award that I would like to read out now, the special award for the best doctoral dissertations. We have 3 winners this year. The first prize goes to Mihai George Mihailescu from Romania, from the Department of Mathematics and its Applications, whose supervisor was Professor George Moroșanu. The second prize goes to Lucia Kurekova, Slovakia, from the Department of International Relations and European Studies, whose supervisors were Professor Anil Duman and Bela Greshkovic. And the third prize goes to Peter Bokodi, Hungary, who's graduated last year in the Department of Medieval Studies, supervisors Gabor Klanecai. Finally, as part of events and initiatives marking the 20 years of CEU, the 20th Anniversary Student Engagement Prize has been awarded to the Sustainable Campus Initiative, a joint student-led initiative. The following members are recognized, each from the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy: Leo Baumbach from Germany, Logan Strangecock from the United States of America, Peter Kiryushin from Russian Federation, Mauricio Lopez from Mexico, Javier Esparrago Yorca from Spain, Tom Feigl from the United States of America, and Linda Horvath from Hungary. Congratulations. It is a pleasure and a privilege to introduce the next part of our ceremony today, the award of the Central European University's Open Society Prize. The prize is given to outstanding individuals whose achievements have contributed substantially to the creation of an open society. At this special 20th annual anniversary year of CEU, 2 prizes are being awarded, one to Javier Solana and one posthumously to Richard Holbrooke. Now, John Shattuck, President and Rector, will deliver the laudatio for Javier Solana.
Javier Solana, we honor you today with the Open Society Prize as a leader whose entire career has been characterized by a commitment to the values of democracy, freedom, and justice, As a politician and a diplomat, you have demonstrated how one person can bring real change to the world by being a consensus builder but never compromising on core values and principles. As Spanish Foreign Minister, you convened the Barcelona Conference in 1995 and launched the Euro-Mediterranean Partnership. While serving as Secretary General of NATO between 1995 and 1999, you had to deal with the conflict in the Balkans, which Richard Holbrooke, our other Open Society Prize recipient today, was leading the international effort to end. You contributed to stopping the conflict by mobilizing the support of NATO's EU member states. Later, you were involved in establishing the multinational peacekeeping force in Bosnia. After leaving NATO, you became the European Union's High Representative for Common Foreign and Security Policy, or as you were commonly referred to, Mr. Europe. In this role, you were one of the creators of modern Europe. Your extraordinary success as a leader and builder of modern Europe can be attributed to your deep commitment to the values reflected in your actions, fighting for peace, stability, and prosperity for those who have less. CEU is proud to confer upon you, upon Javier Solana, our highest honor, the Open Society Prize.
Thank you very much to everybody who has contributed to this important reward to myself. Today is a day of joy for you, principally, or joy for your families. But it's also a joy for me, not only because I received this award, because I received it all with you, in a ceremony which is shared and that will contribute to share our future together. We will continue fighting, you will start fighting for the same values that we, before you, have fought, to make this world a better place, to make those who suffer more happy, to make those who have generosity more generous. And I think we have examples in this hall today of all of that. Generosity is clear. The president of this university, the founder of this university, is an example of how you can be successful in life. You can be at the same time a great intellectual and being at the same time one of the most important philanthropists in this century. Institutionally, this university, the CEU, it has been told to you how it was founded. You have lived it, but you know that you have now the biggest responsibility. What you have learned, what you live together, people from different countries, different cultures, but share the same principles and the same values, that you have to keep together, to keep on together, and to try, as I said before, to make the world a place where war will not be present, where suffering will not be present, and where hope will be the most important thing to achieve. You are going to enter in a very complicated world. You are going to start your careers in a world which is unfair, in a world which is uncertain, in a world which is unsustainable. And together, we have to make the world safer, more fair, and sustainable. In your life, you may have plan Bs. You failed with the plan A. But when we talk about sustainability in this world, I can tell you, you cannot have a planet B with only one planet. And we have to take care of this planet because there's no other. And we want to continue, you, your generation that will come after you, living in this planet. I like to say that this prize for me is not a recognition of anything. I have to tell you that this prize for me is a call to duty, and a call to continue fighting, and a call to continue with you, with others, making what has been the dream of the open society, what has been the dream of many people before us who fought for the same values. Let me finish by saying a quote by somebody very dear for me. In my previous incarnations, I've been many things, but I've been a good scientist. And I remember very well what Albert Einstein used to say about times in difficulty into complex times. And in times of uncertainty, he said, it's more important to be creative, to be imaginative, than to be knowledgeable. We are in those times in which we are going to enter, you are going to enter. You have to be knowledgeable, but you have to be brave and bold. Thank you very much for this opportunity you have given me to share with you this fabulous day for you and your families. Thank you very much.
And now, John Shattuck, President and Rector, will deliver the laudatio for the late Richard Holbrooke.
CEU is proud to honor posthumously with the Open Society Prize a brilliant American diplomat who committed his career and his life to the messy, complex, and political struggle for peace. Richard Holbrooke's peacemaking efforts involved high-profile diplomacy throughout Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. He was the only person in the history of American diplomacy to twice hold the highest operational position in U.S. foreign policy for two entirely different parts of the world, Asia and Europe. Ambassador Holbrooke led the international negotiation team that was charged with resolving the devastating conflict in the former Yugoslavia, which by 1995 had claimed more than 200,000 lives, mostly civilians. He witnessed the criminal cruelty of a war instigated by cynical politicians engaged in what was euphemistically called ethnic cleansing, but was really genocide and mass atrocities. The images of these atrocities and his own deep commitment to human rights reinforced Holbrooke's determination to end the war. He achieved his goal in an unconventional way. He dispatched other diplomats, including myself, to gather evidence of human rights crimes, and then he confronted the leaders with what they were doing, threatening international military intervention unless they ceased, and inducing them to come to the negotiating table. Through his persistent and creative negotiating style and his sheer force of character, Richard Holbrooke succeeded in ending the worst genocide in Europe since the Second World War. The struggle for peace was his life. Even when he was not in the government, Richard Holbrooke was deeply engaged, leading civil society missions throughout the war-weary Balkans and the backwaters of Africa and Asia to rally international support to address devastating human costs of genocide, civil war, and HIV/AIDS. CEU is proud to confer upon Richard Holbrooke a posthumous Open Society Prize, which will be accepted on his behalf by his wife, our distinguished commencement speaker, Kati Marton, who will now be introduced for her commencement speech by the chairman of CEU's Board of Trustees, Leon Botstein.
Yes. Our commencement speaker is uniquely qualified to address this class, in fact, any class at the CEU. Like the founder of this university, her roots are here in Hungary. but like the founder, she has experienced involuntary exile. The daughter of two very distinguished journalists, she came to the United States out of Hungary in the wake of the Revolution of 1956. Her parents bravely reported that revolution. And she went into her parents' business, become a distinguished journalist both in print and on television, on NPR and ABC. She, in the United States, became an author of great distinction, writing a book about a group of émigrés from Hungary that changed the world, a fabulous memoir of her own life and her parents, where she discovered not only her own displacement and the displacement of her parents, but of her grandparents, having discovered that they were Jews killed in Auschwitz, and she had been brought up as a Roman Catholic. Very few of us understand the values of open society because very few of us are forced to leave our homes, discover that we're not wanted by the place we once felt was our own, and had to enter the world in a way homeless, abandoned. Kati Marton in the United States became a central figure in American politics and journalism, and she, with her late husband Richard Holbrooke, became a powerful force on behalf of human rights and human justice. Educated at the Sorbonne, at the Institut d'Études Politiques, she has been active not only in journalism but in the writing of history, writing as well about the conflict and the origins of the conflict in the Middle East. So it is with great respect and admiration that I present to you the newest member of our Board of Trustees at CEU, the distinguished author and writer, Kati Marton.
Thank you so much, Leon. Congratulations, class of 2011, and your parents, too. I know this was a joint effort. George, what a legacy you have left us. What a remarkable sight this is, looking out at you. John Shattuck, thank you for your dynamic leadership, and you have the perfect voice to be the graduation speaker. I am so honored on my husband's behalf. He would be doubly honored to share this award with his friend and colleague, Javier Solana. This is a great day for both of us. And my first graduation present to you is that while I was sitting up there, I decided to cut my speech in half. So I know you've got your diplomas and let the partying begin, and I want to join you in that. But let me just first share a few lessons that I learned on the front lines of history with Richard Holbrooke during the past 17 years. Richard believed in the primary importance of American values as a force for good in the world. He was what you might call a muscular liberal. He wanted American power to stand for American decency. He never let bureaucracies nor process to hinder his goal. He thought that it was okay to step on some pretty big toes if lives were at stake. His brand of diplomacy had a human face. It was built on trust and respect, not on assertion of power. But if that failed, he wouldn't hesitate to summon power. He felt that the only way to break down barriers is by sitting face to face, human to human, with your bitterest foe. And that's what he did in the Balkans. When he was given his last mission, Afghanistan, Pakistan, he insisted that the presidents of Afghanistan and Pakistan travel to Washington together and attend all meetings together. Once you know your adversary, it's much harder to demonize him. He liked to say that diplomacy was like jazz. You improvise as you go along, always keeping your goal very clear and using every available tool that you can summon to achieve your goal. If he thought I could be useful, he used me. and I was happy to be used. Thank you. One of my favorite poets, Yeats, once said that education is not a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Certainly a fire burned brightly in Richard until the last. He did not waste any time, and neither must you. Here in one of the world's great cities, walking its history-soaked streets these past years, Budapest, your teachers and your fellow students have surely lit a fire within you. Be fearless now as you go on to the next chapter. Remember, every original idea seems crazy at the beginning. Be original and trust your instincts, and don't take no for an answer, especially if the no is followed by, well, that's not the way we do business around here. That's what Richard was told when he tried to get the European powers to break the deadly siege of Sarajevo. Yes, by using force as a last resort. Or later, at the United Nations, when he pushed the Security Council to deal with the worldwide AIDS epidemic. We don't deal with health issues on the Security Council, he was told. He prevailed by never giving up and never getting discouraged. The audacity of determination could well be the title of his biography, and maybe someday yours. There's no sadder sight, Mark Twain once said, than a young pessimist. Pessimists do not change the world. They don't think it's worth the trouble, but you can. For a number of years, I've fought for journalist rights as the only real safeguard against demagogues and dictators. Whether in the Middle East or in Central Europe, you simply cannot build a genuine democracy without a free and responsible press, empowered to rigorously investigate politicians, government officials, and businessmen. It's that simple. Please note that I use the word responsible when describing the press. Comment is free, but facts are sacred. A very famous British editor once said that. It is the bravest of the brave who are under fire, from Damascus to Tehran, reporters risking all to keep us informed, and it is for them that I make interventions through my work at the Committee to Protect Journalists. I do this partly because there was no such organization when the Hungarian secret police arrested my mother and father and sentenced them to long prison terms merely for the crime of being good reporters. Then, as now, facts upset dictators. They can even upset countries whose self-image can clash with the truth. I recall how upset we Americans were by the images of torture at American hands in Abu Ghraib. My parents went to prison fighting for the right to report facts just a few decades ago. In Europe, we have a great tendency to forget too soon. That's a mistake. Only history puts events in perspective. People die. History does not. For the first time in 2,500 years, most Europeans live in liberal democracies. For the first time, European nations do not ask their citizens to die for their countries. When I first returned to this city, 2 decades after my family was forced to flee, my Hungarian friends and I lived in different worlds. Today, we share the same world. Our children are indistinguishable from each other in appearance and in their aspirations, and this is a wonderful thing. But let us not lose sight of the people, our parents, our grandparents, and our great-grandparents who paid the highest price so that we could live to enjoy this wonderful day together in Budapest. In my books, I try to connect today's world with our recent history as a sort of warning bell. Intolerance on this continent is ever present and ever dangerous. At the same time, a determined man or woman can achieve remarkable things. My husband did. In my book on Raoul Wallenberg, the first book I ever wrote, Wallenberg was the hero of Budapest, I focus on the difference that another such man made in standing up to the hate mongers. Wallenberg, like Richard, also stood up to those too cautious bureaucrats who, in their way, can also lead millions to their death by blindly following inhumane policies. In my most recent work, Enemies of the People, I burrowed into the archives of the communist secret police to reveal how ordinary, decent citizens can be turned into tools of a terror state by the most powerful of all weapons, fear. Facts are the most potent of all weapons, and dictators know that. Look at how the Iranian demagogue Ahmadinejad freely distorts history, denies the Holocaust, and how devastating that would be in the absence of documentation to prove that he's a fabricator. National identity is a beautiful thing. I still get a lump in my throat when I hear the haunting sound of Isten áld meg a magyart, Hungary's beautiful national anthem. But national identity cannot be a weapon of exclusion in our global village. In the age of a Europe without borders, the internet, instant messaging, and Facebook, it is unimaginable to isolate one people, one nation from any other. I'm looking at you, a student body of over 100 nationalities. Friends you made here will be your friends for life. You are strangers no more. The world is your neighborhood. Einstein once said that there are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this day with you. Now please go out there and make a difference. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Kati for these really inspiring and heartfelt words. And now I ask our President and Rector, John Shattuck, to deliver his concluding remarks.
My concluding remarks will be very simple. Congratulations, go forth and do great things, and come back to CEU whenever you wish. We will be with you at all times in your wonderful journey in the world, which Kati Marton has so much inspired us to all have together. So congratulations to all receiving your degrees, and enjoy, celebrate, go forth.
There is only one thing left from our ceremony, a special moment for our graduates. Members of the class of 2011 with bachelor's and master's degrees, please rise. As you may know, there is one more small ceremonial step that we include in our commencement. In a moment, not yet, I will ask you to move the tassel on your cap from the right side to the left side slowly. This symbolic gesture will formally identify you as a university graduate. Is everyone ready? Sorted out left and right? Yes? Everyone knows? Now, please move your tassel to the left. Distinguished guests, colleagues, families, and friends, please join me in applauding the new members of Central European University, class of 2011. Our ceremony has come to an end, and we are ready for the recessional. Please rise. The audience as well. Thank you. And remain standing until the academic recessional is completed.